Muscle contractions and hypnic jerks. Mechanics of muscle contraction. Sarcomeres are the most basic unit that makes up striated muscle. This initiates our voluntary movements. They consist of the Z disc, where the thin filaments, which is actin, is anchored to, and the M line, where the thick filaments, which is myosin, is anchored to. The sliding filament theory states where muscle contraction occurs when the myosin pulls on the actin, drawing in the Z disc closer to the M line. The overall mechanism for muscle contraction. A motor neuron receives an action potential where acetylcholine is then released. The action potential goes to the T tubules. The DHPR tubule will be exposed to the action potential first, will depolarize, and change the conformation of the receptor. This will then go through the RYR receptor where it will change shape as well. This allows calcium to be released. The calcium will bind to troponin, which allows tropomyosin to move, allowing myosin to bind. This causes a muscle contraction which has a continuous effect with cross-bridge cycling. What is a hypnic jerk? This is an example of a muscle contraction. However, instead of it being voluntary, this is involuntary. It's a type of monculus jerk where the muscle has involuntary jerks. Sometimes it can feel like you're falling, while other times it can be a little to intense muscle twitch. This occurs usually when someone is starting to fall asleep, and they occur randomly. This also occurs in about 70% of the human population. What can increase the frequencies of hypnic jerks? At the moment, there's only theories as to why this happens, and there's not concrete evidence on why this occurs. But all of these examples activate your brain and may contribute to the misfiring of neurons into the motor neurons. Some of these factors are being anxious and stressed, exercising later in the day, and having stimulants like caffeine. Overall, hypnic jerks are not dangerous or harmful to the human body.